one frame to render on computer graphics takes between 30 to 50 hours. It takes 8 frames to make 1 second of viewing. Multiply that by 2 hours. By using the supercomputing, they brought down the 30 to 50 hours to 3.5 minutes. Now, that's visualization for you. And I'm sure we can talk a lot more. So you have a question, or would you like to
There's one more.
answer?
I think there's also the aspect of creating metadata around media, right? So I think there are, if you really look at it, we generate a lot of content. It could be YouTube, it could be. So how do you actually create metadata around it? And that's where machine learning and deep learning can come in, where now we have the ability to train very complex neural networks. It used to be in high school. It's taken us all of several years to actually get to a point where compute is catching up, wherein you can actually stream data in, create metadata in a way such that you can automatically summarize the video, right? So you may have an IPL match that lasts for 3 hours, but if you want to automatically summarize it to only those places where you hit sixers, you can automatically do that, right? Creating metadata. You can make data browsable. You can make data, you can create metadata that, essentially for digital surveillance, for example, right? How do you know, if you have a camera at every street corner, how do you have the intelligence to actually know what to store, right? So there's a lot of advancements that have happened in machine learning in general and in deep learning in particular, and between algorithmic innovations, between the compute power that's today available, you can actually train very complex networks and actually deploy it at end user applications which are very powerful.
Yeah, please go ahead, because it's telling us time's up. You press delete to reset, escape to exit.
This is Niranjan from Seagate. I have a question regarding the business case.
Can he just give a quick comment and then we come down to your question, please?
So sorry for that. But I want to add another aspect for the visualization question. I won't talk about movies and YouTube videos. So as soon as you start generating data on these huge machines, the human brain is not capable anymore of seeing them. And their typical visualizations, in order to do this, just fail miserably. Even we see this in the IoT domain, where you have billions or thousands of connected devices. Showing a network topology where the red thing is broken just does not work because it is not sufficient. So here, work is actually needed in order to do better visualization techniques, other methods. From my perspective, this is at the very, very beginning, because just browsing through it won't solve the problem. At least I know that, and I know at least one event where the German Association of Computer Science brought together computer scientists, psychologists, sorry for that, and graphic designers for an entire week, and they locked them into a castle and said, please think about new visualization options, methods the human being can capture. So I think something new is needed, because nothing really exists.
I'm glad they put them in castle and said, please do say your question.
Okay, myself is Niranjan Pool from Seagate. I have a question regarding the business case. Thanks for this interesting panel, wherein one panelist said that this is $1 spent is a $500 opportunity. I would like to know that use case. And second thing is that if that's the case, then how does the overall business works because of the investments that you do in HPC? I'm sure the scale is large, so you can do it, but I would like to know more about that. Thanks a lot.
All right, so we didn't speak enough use cases, we did, but let's add just one more so that we can give a chance to others, and then we'll conclude.
One comment.
Just one example.
One example. So we all browse news in our cell phones, right? So now these days we have news aggregators. So we basically extract the news and put the news to you in 60 words. So the backend is actually HPC. They run analytics, this data mining, text mining thing. They browse a 200 pages article from Times of India, for example, and create the gist in 60 words and give it to you. And what a common man has to do with it, because now they're coming up with this service with a multilingual support. That's the business opportunity, I should say.
Absolutely. Very quickly, if there's another question that you have, and after that we can conclude. But I do a trick. I have a fantastic ear for music. I can't even understand M of music. And my children all the time are listening to music. I can't have any conversation with them. To pick up a conversation, sometimes I intrude into their part through an app. When they're listening to music, I say, oh, so there's Rihanna singing. And they say, yeah, and they suddenly start talking to me. So it does pay off to talk to your kids using supercomputing behind and making it really possible. And it's got much better ROI than anything else if you can talk to your kids. Okay, so it looks like right now there are no questions. Hopefully this was quite exciting for you. There are many use cases. It's touching our daily lives. I think what's really critical from Indian context is as simple as this. I think there are opportunities. I think there's a need for investment. We need to talk to the computer scientists. Domain experts needs to come together, and together we'll make a really vibrant India in a digital age. High performance computing is going to be a rock bed of that. And thank you for your time to listen to us. Yes, we did stretch up. The red screen here keeps telling me time's up. Press delete to reset, which I won't. Escape to exit. Thank you very much for your time.